So if you had to describe your childhood in like 3 words, what would they be?
I would say ambitious, imaginary, and empathetic.
The LGBTQIA plus community faces a lot of issues. But what is one issue that is not talked enough about?
There's a lot of awareness now from where I started, but transgender issues are not spoken much about. People still, because there is a Western propaganda against transgender issues.
So what would be one thing that you would want every teenager to know right now?
I think live your life to the fullest and feel. You know, the worst feeling is when you stop feeling. If there are moments, you know, that dil tootta hai, you should have love affairs, you should break up. But at the same time, because wo dil hi kya jo kabhi toota hi na.
If you had 3 things, if you had the power to change 3 things, what would they be?
I'll make the whole world vegan. Number 1. Okay.
Hi guys! Can you believe we're finally doing this?
Actually not. I'm
Like,
nervous, yeah.
Exactly, and like our first guest today.
Yeah, he's here. Is he here?
Yeah. Today we are having not only India's leading public speaker and LGBTQIA plus activist, but also someone who's family to me. Please welcome Harish Iyer.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm so happy to be here. This is your first show?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
it
our
is our
first
pilot episode.
Yeah.
And the pilot episode, and you aren't inaugurating it with something?
No, we have something for
What
all
is
of
that?
us. Here.
Oh,
We're gonna cheers.
okay. We're going to cheers?
Yeah.
Yes.
But aren't you all too young to do cheers?
It's just water.
Oh. So, how? Let me ask you all a question. How young are
Sure.
you all?
I'm 15.
You are in school.
Yeah.
I'm 17.
You're also in school.
Yes.
मतलब Bombay के हिसाब से, are you in a school attached to college? What is school? किस school?
I'm in a school. Proper
You're in a school.
Yeah.
You wear a uniform. Oh my God. I've never been interviewed by someone in a school, so it's going to be very special for me.
It's as well for us. So, everyone knows Harish Iyer, the activist. What we want to know is how was Harish as a child?
As a child, I was very playful. I was very fond of women. I not only wanted to be with them, I wanted to be them. That was the difference. Right from a young age, I loved draping myself in saris and Adira. We used to play Mahabharat at home.
Oh.
And I used to be Draupadi.
Oh.
And Paulomi's mother used to be Dushasan.
Oh my god. Oh my
So
god.
there used to be, and my brother used to be Dhritarashtra. So no, my brother used to be Krishna. So he used to do like this, and some sari, and with his fingers he used to let sari, and I would go round, and her mother used to disrobe me.
That's so mean, yeah. So, were you always someone who questioned things?
Yes, I would always ask, tell me why this is happening. Anything that was happening, even if, your mothers are in the other room. But mothers have this nasty habit of telling you to do things
Yes.
without telling you why they are asking you to do those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, her mother, to I know. Let's not tell her. She's in the other room.
Yeah.
Okay, but and I used to always question why. ये क्यों करने का है? Like simple things like even today when I go and cut my hair and come, they'd say that you're not supposed to touch anyone if you've cut your hair. I'd be like, okay, why? You know. So I think we all should have that questioning nature. I think education stops not when you stop learning. It's when you stop asking why.
Yes.
So, if you had to describe your childhood in like 3 words, what would they be?
Okay. Now, I usually would say something else because people interviewing me will be above 18, but now this. I would say ambitious, imaginary, and empathetic. I always dealt with empathy, everything with empathy. I could imagine, like if I could remember, there used to be a woman in my building, in my building. You were not born that time. Called Soumya, who used to go and feed cats, and I used to constantly watch the mother cat, and I was very scared of animals that time.
That time.
But I used to watch them with a lot of empathy. And I was very ambitious in sense I always, every time I saw Sridevi on the screen,
Yeah.
grow up. Many people wanted to be with Sridevi or have an affair with her. I just wanted to be Sridevi, every time. And I was very imaginary. I mean, my imagination used to go wild. I knew one thing for sure. I don't know what I could be in reality, but in my imagination, it could be unadulterated, and I could become whoever I want when I'm thinking.
Yes.
So growing up, did you like feel different? Like not only with your sexuality, but otherwise also. Did you ever feel different?
I did because of many things that I have dealt with. Though I had a very sheltered childhood per se, but sometimes even the most sheltered childhood could have breaks in it. I happen to be a survivor of child sexual abuse. So, generally, when we grow up, we learn about our bodies by ourselves, right? I mean, we explore or we speak to our friends. That's how we learn about our bodies. Or sometimes our parents would teach us. But I'm talking about a time when there was no awareness. There were no films. There were no Netflix or anything of that kind. And at that time, I was sexually abused by somebody in my extended family. And so that when it happens at a very young age, you retract into a shell. And it's a very common phenomena. You all must also don't take names, but you all also must have friends who are survivors of child sexual abuse, right? And it's way too common, way too common. There are more chances that you know people in the world who are survivors of child sex abuse than you know people with common cold.
Actually.
So
it's Sad more common than reality.
Common cold. It is the sad reality, but if it's a reality of the masses, then besides awareness, there should also be a reason to normalize the fact that people living with any challenge, like for anyone else, there could be everyone has some challenge in their life. Some people have poverty as a challenge. They find it difficult to meet ends. Some people have the fact that parents decide everything for themselves as a challenge. So they feel घुटन सा महसूस होता है, जी नहीं पाते हैं. Some people have the challenge that they don't have parents at all. Some people have divorced parents as challenge. Some people have challenges that they get sexually abused in their life. So while we understand the gravity of something like this, it's important to speak openly about it so that other people who are going through it don't feel and speak to sometimes people your age about it very openly and candidly, so that it doesn't become a topic that is hushed under the carpet.
So, how did you get the confidence to talk about it? Because, as you said, that when you get some traumatic experience, you come in that shell, and then you can't get out of it. Many people, they even suicide, and you can't forget about it. So, what confidence? How did you get out of it?
The only support that I found, my family was not. I lived in a house where I had three mothers. Like my father didn't marry twice. Father had two brothers. One was uh, Paulomi's grandfather, and and another two. And my father was her grandfather was the youngest one. Then my father was the Majla, an elder brother. So I lived in a family where all three used to pick me up and look after me. So it was very sheltered in terms of family life, and but also very unaware because we lived in a different world where we never thought it was important to tell boys about. Like you both have been informed about, there could be predators around
Yeah.
Yes.
at some age. But if if you're a boy, then there are less chances that you're not informed, because men are supposed to be, boys also are supposed to be protectors, and girls are supposed to be protected, right? But the reality is, children are very vulnerable at that age. So everyone needs to be protected at that time, and everyone needs to be made aware of their bodies also. Like you've had conversations about periods. Your parents have told and told you about sanitary pads.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think that boys get that talk when they get erections and then they get sperms and other things?
No.
Not yet,
fact-
actually.
It's not normal.
In fact, just speaking about this would be considered blasphemous. They said, "Oh my God, ऐसा कैसा बात किया?" But धोना बनाना सुखाना पीरियड स्टे फ्री के बारे में खुल्लम खुल्ला बात कर सकते हैं. So we need to build a culture. So I was in that phase where there was no talk, and every time, and there was this one time when I told my mother about it, and my mother said, "Okay, don't go close to your uncle."
She didn't realize that.
If I'm saying that he touches me inappropriately or he touches me here and there, it really means that, okay, he's probably sexually abusing me. That understanding was not there. Now I'm able to relate, but at that time I thought that my mother is not standing with me. And then you go into a shell,
Yeah.
and we all live in those lives where we live dual lives, a life that is known to us and the life that is known to the world. So all of us who go through has there any time been a time where you were broken inside, but when you went out, you were like, you had to bloom and put the blush on and
Be an actor.
True.
so, but when it happens at a very young age, you start living dual lives, literally, and these two lives don't meet each other. Like for instance, when I was getting abused, I never remembered that I had a family. But when I was with my family, I never remembered that I was abused because it was so sheltered. So your mind plays these games with you, and I think I went through that, and I got abused till the age of 18. At the age of 18, at the age of 16, 17 or something, I got home. We had a dog, and I used to speak to my dog. He was the first person I spoke to, first non-person I spoke to. And every time I would put my head between his paws and I would start crying, he used to lick my tears. So his name is Jimmy. He's no more right now, obviously, because I'm 47 now. And this was when I was 17, so like 30 years ago. So I think my dog gave me the confidence. No one else, because many a times when you are in pain, all that you want is not advice. हम पहले पहुंच जाते हैं ना advice देने को. What you need is people to listen to you,
Right.
not people to come and advise you.
And does it ever get easy to talk about this? Like, as you share this story, does it ever get easier to share about this?
See, over a period of time, it becomes, you have to, when you say something, so often. Like let me ask you a question. Does it get, what do you feel about your mother's deafness?
Okay.
Does it get, the reality is that your mother is deaf.
Right.
Mhm.
But does it get easy after a point? It just exists. It is just a part of your life. And does it hurt when it comes to sexual abuse? I mean, does it hurt when you remember those instances? It does. But at some point you allow it to rest, and it just
You
exists.
accept
It's a
it.
part of it, part of your life. You can't really see, all our life we spend our life fighting things that have happened to us.
True.
But we also stop ourselves from facing things that have happened to us.
So, do you think animals understand emotions better than humans?
Animals, much better than humans. Human beings, like I would rather, so if somebody calls you a bitch, say thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Because the animals are without sin. They attack when they're provoked.
True.
Okay. Even those instances that people say that, this dog, I was just walking in the street and this dog came and bit me. It could be true that the dog would have come. And it could be true that the person did nothing. But there is a history behind why
Behind the
that
dog.
dog got aggressive, and
I totally
always
agree.
it's human beings to blame. over
Yes.
True.
Yes, I totally agree.
So probably at that instance, that dog must have reacted out of character. You think so? But the truth is, there has been a history behind that also, on how people have treated that dog. Dogs and animals, and in fact, I have a cat, which is, I don't like this debate between dogs and cats. I think both are equally loving. But if I was to pick up one animal that I always wanted to have as a pet, at some point it would be a pig. I always wanted to have a pet pig.
I wanted to have a pet snake.
Pet snake. Oh, I've had a snake. I used to fight with these snake charmers and get the snake and release them in Borivali National Park. But I have done that. I've picked up snakes and got home.
Yeah, I love snakes.
Wow.
I don't know why do people not like snakes.
Yeah,
This was nice.
because people are snakes.
Yeah. Right.
So you were one of the petitioners for Section 377. So when like the verdict came, like how where were you, and like how did you feel, like after such a big fight?
I got a call from on Section 377. Se pehle, the first thing was 2009. Were you born in 2009?
I was born in
I was
2009.
11.
So you were
2011.
Kid.
So in 2009, on 2nd of July, I remember there were very few people speaking in the media at that time. And like very few people used to ask me why I'm like this dialer quote. Because every media house used to call me and I used to land up over there. But the truth is that very few people were talking at that time. And at that time, 2nd of July was like any other day. So I just woke up and I was like, Sunday got a call at like 7, at like in the afternoon. I woke up a little late saying that you're now legal. I said, sorry.
Strange.
There's a journalist who called me. He said, you're now legal. What do you have to say about it? I said, I didn't get you. I said, okay. It's been, Section 377 has been read down. The Delhi High Court had done that in 2009. Then in 2013, the Supreme Court took back that, set aside the Delhi High Court. So they put 377 back. Vapas. And 2018 mein, vapas humko right mila. But a bench of 5 juries, 5 judges together, they have spoken in favor of decriminalization. So now, if this has to be changed, then you need to have a 7-member bench, which will not happen. And younger people like you, even at the age of, even in your teens, are speaking so openly about it.
Yeah.
Due to which it will not happen, because you will not let it happen.
Yes.
In the future. So it will not happen. And whichever sarkar comes, up ki bar or tab ki bar, you will have to listen to the queer voice, because you all are speaking.
So when did you first realize that people are actually listening to you? Like,
Actually listening to me in terms of my sexuality. I think I think it didn't even matter to me whether people listened to me after my dog accepted me. Only thing I didn't want to happen is that I didn't want to be I didn't want to find myself low in the eyes of my dog. I always wanted to be the person that my dog thought that I was. And I wanted to be, because he loved me unconditionally. And all that I wanted was, but he lived for very few years, only for 4 years. So, so all that I wanted was, I ensure that the qualities that he loved me for are kept, are preserved in me. So it didn't really matter how other people took me.
After a while.
that is so sweet. Just 4 years and you remember him for so long, remember what he liked about you.
Because if he wasn't there, I wouldn't have survived. Because you were right when you started and you asked me about Adira, when you were asking me about people killing themselves. It's a very common thing. People sometimes don't kill themselves because people insult them. People sometimes kill themselves because they find no one else to stand with them. Not people who give advice, people to just stand beside them doing nothing. And that dog did that for me.
Oh, I will cry. Move on.
Sometimes it feels like society has become more accepting, or like, it's become more open. Or is that just that people have just become, better at hiding their prejudice that's happening?
People are better at hiding their prejudice.
Okay.
Like, for instance, we all have Shivaji invites up and Shezara Chagari. That is the logic. They'll come and they'll like speak very bravely about, they'll come and champion me.
Okay.
But how will they feel if their children happen to be queer?
Yeah, there's nothing that's weird or strange.
No, but
That's how
They-
this
That's how-
society.
I'm just saying that's how, because
Yeah, that's how
there's
people
something
look at
weird.
it.
But you do only want the person you're watching to be like a hero, queer hero. I'm tired of being a hero. I mean, I love the attention sometimes that I get.
Obviously.
No lying about that. But there's space for several heroes to exist. I'm not threatened by someone else being a hero either. So we want people from different age groups, different kinds of people to open up about their and live in their truth. They don't need to come out to the world, but they need to come out to themselves. Because we often, वही तो होता है, society हमेशा वैसे ही सोचती है कि they will champion me, but for their own child they'll be like, अच्छा इसका शादी हो जाएगा, इसके बच्चे होंगे, 4 अंडे देगा and 4 बच्चे होंगे, and that's what everyone wants, but the truth is that probably LGBT people are made today to fight the environment challenge. The biggest pollution in the world is caused by what? Is by human births.
Really?
Yeah, with more children born is more problem.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
universe.
Huh.
First of all, adopt children and adopt dogs and cats.
True.
We don't need more of any human beings or dogs or cats. We don't need more of them. Okay, we just need the ones who exist to be looked after well. Okay, and yeah, and so it's the best thing. This way, Bhagwan, nature has its own plan of balancing. If human beings,
Keep breeding like they are like rats and bunnies.
the nature will have its own course, and they will create more queer people.
True.
So I'm not made by human beings. I'm made by God, if there is God.
Yes.
And if people believe in God, and if they have a problem with my sexuality, they should die and
Go to God and fight with God. इसको ऐसा क्यों बनाया?
because Bhagwan ने बनाया मेरे को ऐसा, मैं ऐसा, and I didn't become like this because I was sexually abused. Okay, like all of us get touched by people when we are going in a bus or train. Okay, if not larger. Have you been touched?
Yeah, I mean, in the
But
train when the crowds,
inappropriately.
yeah.
If I ask you, did that make you straight? That instance is just an instance.
It doesn't impact.
What your sexuality is,
It
Thumbs
will
up.
remain.
it can create a habit, but it can't design your entire sexuality.
True.
So, like you said, activism sounds very inspiring, but it's also very exhausting. So, what is this one thought that keeps you going and projecting it?
I think the biggest exercise you can give a breaking heart is to bend and pick another heart up. And that keeps me going. Till there is pain in the world, we will have job to do. Till there is hate in the world, there will be hearts to change. Till there is scarcity in the world, you will have to fill it with your abundance, because we all are blessed with abundance.
True.
So that's what keeps me going. And that gives me a goal in life also. And activism doesn't have to be boring and tiring.
It can be.
Can I use the word sexy? Right? It can be fun. It can be sexy. It can be overwhelming. You can look at what's happening with cockroach janta.
Yeah.
Like, who thought कि कोई ऐसा cockroach को लेके they will
They'll make a meme and that'll become like a whole movement. Look at the beauty of these things. Okay, politics apart. What is you might agree, disagree, fight, be a bhakt or andhbhakt or whatever, or be no bhakt and minority fighting for Rahul Gandhi.
could be anything. Forget all that.
But look at the thought, look at the creativity.
Yes.
And I mean, so I think activism, so they are true activists. I mean, activism can be fun, it can be creative, it can be through mediums like podcasts. What you're doing is activism. So it doesn't need to be tiring. It can be sexy, fun, lively. It can be everything.